One day, I asked my dad, "Dad, what is the point of living?" "Darling, you live to thrive. You live to design your great life. Your life is your life. It is your choice to make, and you're going to live to the fullest, no matter what might happen next." That's what he said. First of all, I would like to pay my deepest gratitude to the judges, and a very good morning to ladies and gentlemen, teacher, family, and all of the participants. My name is Lonh Phanin. I'm a 14 years old student from ICE General Education School in Liberty L3. I'm also a 9th grade student at Craig High School. Today, it is initially honorable for me to be here to present you in a topic that goes by a word, a journey of life. What is a journey of life? A journey of life is a challenges, special moments, and all the memories that define our futures and all the memories that define our experience as humans. Everyone was born with their own potentials and weaknesses. Little do I know, I also have my own potentials and weaknesses. I was a really responsibility girl since I was a kid. I think that responsibility could bring me two things, opportunity and problems. But why should I prefer the problem to treat my responsibility when I take the opportunity to do perfect things? The problems that I have since I was a kid is speaking to people. Speaking to people was my biggest obstacle. So don't get on this too much. Let's get to know what am I going through since I was a kid. I was born in a family of 5. My mom, my dad, 2 brothers, and I'm the only daughter and the elder sister in the families. As I am the first child in the family, my parents adore me, especially my dad. My dad is the only person who knew me well more than other members in my families. As I was a kid, I used to be a stubborn kid who really liked swimming. My dad was always supporting me, but my mom didn't. She didn't allow me to swim anywhere or anytime. She was afraid that I would drown, and what even worse, she said that it could bring many crocodiles and they would eat me if I didn't listen to her. I wasn't sure which one was scarier, getting drowned or being eaten by a crocodile. If I had to be honest, only the fear of getting whipped could stop me from swimming. It doesn't take too much time for my dad to get me involved in school. I started my school at the ages of 5. On my first day at my school, my teacher preferred me to be a class monitor, so it's not hard for me to make friends. My study was going smoothly, quickly catch what I learned, and I have no problems at my school. Even though I'm doing great at my school, but it doesn't mean at English school as well. I start English school at the ages of 4. I I barely talk to my teacher or my classmates because speaking was my biggest obstacle. And it makes sense that everyone are not taking the first move to talk to me because I'm not an outstanding student. I'm just a girl who was really poor in her English subject. My father is the only person who improved my studies. He is my homeschool teacher and he is my homeschool teacher after school. He was my homeschool teacher after school. After I have improved my study, one day, my study has improved that I got a good grade on my English school that is changing me. I started to have friends at high school. It changed me from a girl who hated studying English to the girl who loved studying English. I started to have friends. I started to have a motivation to go to school. And also, my dad is the only person who motivated me to study hard. The thing goes well, but not for long. Until one day, my family turned upside down. After I come back from school, as I remember, I saw a big argument between my mom and my dad. What even worse is, I saw my dad have left me. This happened when I was in grade 3, even though I still have a distant connection with my dad, but I'm not get used to it. It really affected me, but I did like it doesn't. I don't want my mom to notice and blame herself for this. As I am the other sister, my mom have busy with her works. My dad have lived. I need to take a responsibility to make my brother feel loved, warm when staying with me. Luckily, I have my grandma who spend more time with me than my parents. I suffered the life without my dad living by my side since I was a kid until now. The problems hasn't changed. The problems hasn't changed until I turned to high school. The distant connection with me and my dad starting to get worse day by day. It changed me from a girl who ever told her dad all about her problems to the girl who never told anything to her dad. It changed my dad from the only person who knew me well to the person who didn't even know about my birthday. After I turned to high school, the COVID-19 also started. I started to lock myself in my room and take an excuse to my mom that I have an online class. But I didn't. I spent much time thinking about some things in the past, the thing that will never be happened. And when the negative thinking starts spreading all over my mind, it caused anxiety, and I started to have an acne that it was my biggest insecure. First, I think it's not a big deal until the school finally started. Some of my friends are noticing about my face, and some are joking. Even it affects me, but I try to laugh about it. And what even worse is the gossip about my insecurity. It makes me fear of going outside, losing my confidence that I don't dare to take my mask off. But I have faced it for over years. Went through a lot of kind of people, and I have found my self-worth when I'm reading a book. Also, my insecurities still stay, but I have built my self-confidence. Once I start to believe in myself, magic start happening. If someone is judging you, that their problems, don't make it yours. And I ask myself, why would I let those negative thinkings to affect my positive mindset when I know myself more than anybody else? Back after I get stressed, it affects my study a lot. It affects me and changed me from the outstanding student to the outclassed student. I dropped my score. I dropped my score. I didn't do great on my class. I mean that I didn't get a good grade. I was really disappointed on myself that I can't get a good grade until I don't have any idea and my teacher noticed about my situations and give me a motivation. His motivation is always reminding me, as always. He tell me that the grade doesn't matter. What matters is your ability and the way you be living in yourself. If you fail in the future, if you fail in the class, does it mean you fail in the future too? No, you're not. Grade does not define your futures. It was a really new information for me that I was shocked to hear that. I was not a really active student in the class, never volunteered to do anything, and I started to know that I'm an introvert. Being an introvert is not easy. I have a fear of everything. It detaches me from doing what I want to do, and I'm also shy to do what I want to do. But I'm also shy to do what I want to do. Most people think that I don't want to talk to them. But of course I do. I do want to talk to you, but I just don't know how to make the first move or how to communicate with you. And I never thought that I was standing here in a crowd of people sharing my speech. But today I did it, and I proved myself wrong. Most of the things that most people can do, introvert people also can do it too. I suffered the hard situations by reminding myself that you can't avoid the problems. It's always waiting, sitting here for you to give it a solution. And I'm a small girl who have a big dream. I have a dream to study abroad in another countries. Before I decided to set my goal, there are many people judging and joking about it. But thankfully to my strong and positive mindset and my ability to never give up. My abilities to never give up. You know that I have dreamed to study abroad in another countries that other words are judging me, and I'm not taking it serious. I took this word as an encouraging word to encourage me to taste that dream more. Once you dream it, do it, work it, and work for it, you will have it. Why do you scare off thinking about something big? Once your dream is big, the harder you try to chase for it. Trust me. Overall, I want to say that in life, the more you learn, the more you know you need to learn. And don't get a fear of getting failure. It's always waiting for you to give you an experience. It's always waiting for you to give you an experience, a lesson, and a way to show you to the success. Before the end of my presentations, I would like to give you a question to consider. Between the two men who apply to be your own driver, the first man never been in an accident, but the second man ever been in an accident, which one do you prefer? Now it's bring me to the end of my topics. I would like to say that before you stop doing something, start to think why you started. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your listening and paying your attention.